Down to round one, and here we go. Both fighters wearing white trunks. That was another last-minute psychological ploy for Ray Leonard.
Hearns is going to go right after him and try to put him away. Leonard's going to stay away, dance and fake and taunt him and try to make him miss and look silly.
Ray up on his toes right now. Of course, the question remains, what will the strategy be that Ray employs? And all the conversation before the fight has been that he will try and get inside, get to the body. Right now, both fighters at long range. First round, welterweight championship of the world. It is probably the most talked about fight in history. I think that's safe to say.
Yep. Leonard's going to try to move, feel him out, see what he's going to do, see how he throws his jab. I think once he feels how Hearns more or less does his stuff, then he's going to start moving inside and start counterpunching.
Early on here in the first round, we've just come past the 1 minute mark, and nobody has really landed a punch of any sort, even so much as a jab so far. Leonard circling his man, going left, then going right. Never giving him a stationary target. Backs away from a couple of right-hand leads by Hearns. Right-hand counterpunch just a little bit short by Thomas Hearns.
Yeah, the left jab sort of grazed his cheek. Sort of a slapping jab to settle for the right.
Right hand by Hearns misses once more.
Leonard
taunts him a little bit.
Leonard has to watch out for those. That's what he's going to have to watch out, because Leonard with the low jab is going to hurt him more than it does Hearns, because Hearns is so much taller.
Of course, the conversation about Thomas Hearns and the considered opinion is that his right hand is only as good as his left hand, and his left hand is one of the best.
Leonard's left hand is very good. He has an extreme good left hook.
Hearns scoring with the right hand there, but no damage. First round, finding Sugar Ray Leonard on his toes almost all the way.
Leonard, I still feel, is trying to figure out how he's throwing all his punches, figuring out what Hearns is going to do, and then make his approaches.
Angelo Dundee, in talking about Sugar Ray Leonard, said a good boxer plays checkers. He said everything works off the jab. It's to the side, and then inside. So far, Ray Leonard has not gotten inside.
There's a good jab landed by Hearns. Right there, it was nice and flush. Good jab by Sugar Ray Leonard. Hearns, all Hearns does is just smile and like it didn't hurt, didn't bother him.
Inside the 20-second mark now of the first round.
Nice jab by Sugar Ray Leonard. Good, that was a
counterpunch.
Good counterpunch. I think that made Hearns a little mad. He's going after him.
Very fast pace early on here in the first round. Remember, we talked about the heat. It could become a factor. Round one comes to an end. And Hearns sticks Ray Leonard, and Leonard feigns going down after the round is over.
Tough out at Hearns all through the previous week coming up into the fight.
Little consternation in Leonard's corner between rounds there. You heard Angelo Dundee say cut him off. Jenks Morton was telling one of the seconds in Leonard's corner, I believe it might have been his brother, to get out of the corner, just get out of there. So a little bit of confusion. You don't usually find that in Sugar Ray Leonard's camp. Very well organized. Round two. First round very close. Leonard again going side to side, doing what Angelo Dundee told him. Dundee, of course, has said the only time that Sugar Ray did not listen to him was the fight he lost to Roberto Duran.
They're working up a good sweat already. They're beating up and sweating good.
And even though there hasn't been a lot of punches thrown, the pace has been very quick. So conditioning could play a very big part here.
Oh, very big. You know, one important thing that everybody's talking about, the heat. Hearns has been training in a heated gym where Leonard has it, and that may prove a big factor towards the later rounds if it goes that long.
90 degrees, as a matter of fact, in that gymnasium. And Manuel Stewart, the trainer and manager of Thomas Hearns, has said that's the way he wants it for his guy. We'll see if it pays off.
That's right, because it's at least 90 in the ring right now.
Long left hand just out of Ray's range. Ray's staying away from it, but unable to get inside. We'll see. That has not been his strategy so far. Round two.
Leonard knows Hearns is power, and he knows he's going to have to stay away. And he knows that, like, when he gets stuck on the ropes, he's really hesitant to know what to do, waiting for Hearns to throw something, you know, to get out of the way, because he knows he has to stay out of the reach of his power.
Under the 1:15 mark now to go in the second round, and Leonard again trying to taunt Hearns, and Hearns catches him with the right hand.
Leonard has a slight bruise over the left cheek. A slight little abrasion over the left cheek.
Left jab scores on the cheek of Thomas Hearns. A little bit of swelling under the left eye, as you mentioned, Randy, on the face of Sugar Ray Leonard. Early, there's a good right hand. Staggered Sugar Ray Leonard.
It looked like it did stinging. It looked like it did stinging. Like I said, Leonard's going to have to keep up that left hand or go under him.
Counter punch by Leonard scores on the side of the face of Thomas Hearns, but Hearns with the best punch of the fight so far here in round 2.
Leonard knows he's going to be in for a fight. That's why he's been so closed off into all the pre-advertising and the press before the fight.
Again, that left jab landing on the cheek as the left hand by Ray that backs up Thomas Hearns.
That was sort of caught Hearns on the side of the neck. Wasn't a very effective punch, but it still landed nevertheless.
Say that Thomas Hearns has very good balance for a guy his size, and that's one of the reasons he doesn't usually get hurt. He was a little bit off balance that time.
His height helped. Any normal guy would have been on the chin.
Come to the end of round 2.
He didn't try to go after him. He took his time. He threw a few extra punches, but he knew it was, that it wasn't working, so he stopped. And that was very important.
That's a very well taken point. In fact, when he had Baeza in trouble in his last fight down in Houston, he went after him and was wild. And of course, Baeza nowhere near the caliber of Sugar Ray Leonard, so something to watch.
That's why the caliber of these two fighters has so much to do with the media, the press, everything, to emphasize of the two fighters, of how good they are. And he knows how good Sugar Ray is at moving.
Combination that time by Hearns. Once more scores on Ray against the ropes. Hearns stalking his man now.
Leonard knows he has to stay away. He should get inside and tie him up. He can't be on the outside at the end of Hearns' punches. That's where he has all his power.
Shot to the body that time by Thomas Hearns. Leonard shakes it off, but nonetheless it was right in the belly. So far, Thomas Hearns, the crisper of the two punchers.
Leonard looks like he's looking for an opening and trying to make him miss. He looks like he's taunting him to make him miss all these punches to tire him out for the later rounds.
Leonard tries to go downstairs. That was supposed to be his strategy. It has not been effective so far. The fight has been fought by and large at long range. Leonard gets on his bicycle again, wants to try to cut the ring off, takes a left hand right on the nose.
It was an easy left jab, wasn't very hard, but caught Leonard with his head slightly moving back. That was a good left jab by Hearns.
Hearns' jab is bothering Leonard. There's no question about it. There's a right hand on the head of Thomas Hearns by Sugar Ray Leonard.
That's what Hearns has to do, is counter Sugar Ray Leonard's counter punches, which he just did right there. It's the best way to beat Sugar Ray Leonard. You got to counter his counters.
There is no question that so far, as we come to the 2-minute mark of round 3, it has been a tactical fight on both parts.
Leonard's trying to confuse Hearns, and I don't think it's working too well. That was a great right hand. It caught Hearns on the side of the face.
Hearns dropping that left hand just a little bit now as Ray starts to work inside a little bit more.
Leonard taking slight advantage of his good right hand. Another good right hand.
So Leonard picking the pace up now against Hearns.
Another good combination. Hearns knows that he better stop smiling and get to work.
Leonard is starting to work inside a little bit more now. He fought the first 2.5 rounds outside. Right hand by Hearns stands Leonard straight up, and he backs off.
That's what Angelo meant by knocking down the punch and throwing.
End of round 3.
Well, that last minute is what we all came to see.
Well, Hearns can take a halfway decent punch, but I would say that it might have stung Hearns a little bit, but he weathered it out, and that's the important part.
Round 4, and so far it has lived up to its billing very much. Well-fought fight on both sides. It has been a cerebral fight. Both fighters trying to find the right thing to do. And when they found it, they've executed it. Ray now a little bit more flat-footed. Both men flat-footed here in round 4.
You have to stand flat-footed to punch and counter-punch. Ray has to stand flat-footed, to counter-punch, to slip those punches, and go inside and hit him.
I think you could hear the sound of Thomas Hearns' punches
hitting his body. Now, those things may not look like they're doing anything, but it eventually takes its toll.
Both fighters going to a counter-punching style here, waiting for the other man to make a mistake. Left jab scored by Leonard. Not any serious damage, but nonetheless just a pesky kind of jab.
Nice counter left hook. It was a good counter left hook. Not very effective, but it landed.
Hearns has been fighting a lot of this fight with his mouth open, which many fighters will tell you is not a wise thing to do.
Well, if you notice, Leonard's open too. You know, you can see Hearns is more because he has a bigger mouthpiece.
Leonard taking a couple of jabs from Thomas Hearns.
Also, I should drop in here, the height difference doesn't seem so great right now.
Well, Hearns is leaning forward a little bit, and he's shrinking his weight. If he stands straight up, he's got all that height. Leonard's standing straight up, and Hearns is leaning forward. Good right hand. Good right hand by Leonard.
So Ray Leonard continuing to get the more important blows in the last couple of rounds. Got himself off balance, but comes right back up.
Hearns, for some reason, looks like he's slowing down. I don't know if he's trying to... Good left hook, and a good right
left
hand.
to the stomach and a right to the head.
That was a good counterpunch for Sugar Ray Leonard.
And again, Ray getting the better of the exchange here. Ducks under that sweeping left hook. Takes a left to the body and a right to the head as Hearns comes back with a combination and Ray retreats.
Those some good punches by both fighters.
Swelling under Ray Leonard's left eye. It does not seem any worse than it was in the second round.
That was on top of the forehead on the left side. It still hurt. Good left hook, partially blocked by Leonard. 5 seconds remain in round 4. Another good right hand by Hearns. It was blocked, it was missed. Into round 4, and so far as he missed. It goes up very hard, then slows up. Of course, in his case, after the first 3 or 4 rounds, the other guy's not usually there. Different story tonight here in Las Vegas. Round 5 underway. There seemed to be an awful lot of pacing going on by both men. Right, they both know what judges like. And towards the end of the round is very crucial in the judge's mind. If you take the last 10 seconds, you can count on that it could probably go your way. So both fighters, they don't like to just come out and start winging. Another thing worth pointing out is that both fighters are punching in combinations, and that really is the name of the game in this sport. Fighters of this caliber, it's extremely unlikely you're going to get a one-punch knockout. Both fighters besides the combinations. On the combinations, they both have to counterpunch, and they're both doing it very well. All the effective punches landed so far have been done by counterpunches. There was a counterpunch on, but it missed. Leonard again trying to circle, just cut the ring on Thomas Hearns. Goes left, then comes back right. Forces Hearns to reach a little bit, get off balance on his punches. Third, Angelo Dundee between rounds 2 and 3. Good right hand by Ray Leonard. Good right hand was on the back of the head. Hearns leaned forward and cut off his power, and the punch landed behind his head. Those still take its toll. Leonard almost threw a right hand and then stopped and backed off right there. I think he saw Hearns' right hand cocked, and they decided not to throw it. Hearns has done away with that right-hand lead, which he opened the fight with in the first round and a little bit of the second round. Intent to jab and set up the right hand. That's usually Hearns' fight plan. Just keep the jab running and working, get him moving, and then land the right hand. Ray Leonard still not moving inside like most observers expected him to. Fight has been fought for the large part at long range. Ray again taunts and misses a combination there. Now
Macau's little showbiz. Well, this is the show business capital here.
Both landing jabs. Leonard, like I said, a little more leery of Hearns' power, so he has to back off a little bit more when he's taunting.
Third. Neither fighter really shows any signs of fatigue at all. Both fighters talking in the corner, not really taking any deep, drawing kinds of breaths. Good right hand by Ray Leonard at the side of the head of Thomas Hearns.
Well, partially blocked because Hearns is throwing a left hook at the same time. Matter of fact, do double up on the left hook.
Once again, you heard Angelo Dundee in the corner. And again, the sign of an organized corner where there's only one man talking there, and that is Angelo Dundee. Jack Morton, he is co-trainer with Angelo Dundee and Sugar Ray Leonard, just trying to make
good counter punch to the body. That right hand, sort of landed a little bit flush on Hearns, but Hearns had a good body counter punch. Nice jab by Hearns.
Neither man really marked. Puffiness under the left eye of Sugar Ray Leonard was there in the second round. No worse here in the sixth.
Hearns, I feel, once in a while should bring out, when Leonard's making his attack, should bring up his left hand, but he never does.
Let's keep it right down around his hip.
That's right, and that's when he's always gotten hit. It was Leonard's coming in, he never brought up his hand. It's okay to keep it down low, but you got to bring it up once in a while. Good jab, right on the nose of Leonard.
You see Hearns' reach very evident on those jabs.
Great, good effort by Ray. Good effort by Hearns, but obviously they both missed.
I mentioned just a moment ago there was a puffiness under the left eye of Sugar Ray Leonard, but it has gotten no worse in the 4 rounds since it happened.
Stayed the same. I didn't see him before the fight. It could have been there before the fight. I didn't really pay attention.
Ray gets inside, left hand, Hearns backs him up. Hearns with another runner with another left hand, and a right hand to the head. And Hearns lands her wobbly. Ray's corner telling him to stay on him, stay on him. Hearns backs up now, Leonard stalks him, another left hand.
Hearns is still hurt.
Reeling backwards, plenty of time left in the round. 45 seconds left. Combinations once more by Ray Leonard. Hearns' legs are still like jelly.
Hearns is definitely hurt, and he's not bringing up that left hand, how he got hit.
Ray not wasting any punches, content to take his time here.
That's a body shot hurting. That body shot hurt Hearns.
Once more, Leonard stalking him. 20 seconds remaining in the round. Plenty of time. Hearns is against the ropes. And he has definitely had the starch taken out of him here.
Hearns isn't holding on. He's not a good defensive fighter.
Right hand misses by Leonard. Gives Hearns another moment. He's still hurt, though. Combinations right above us. Hearns goes reeling back once more. Against the ropes again as we come to the end of round 6.
Hearns comes out trying to intimidate Leonard, but it's not going to work.
Comes out very tentatively, actually.
Hearns' left hand drops after he throws it.
So
Ray a little bit off on his counter punch
right now. Hearns throws the right hand. Ray Leonard, I thought, did a smart thing, actually, and when he realized he wasn't going to go down, he knew, as you mentioned, Larry, he still got 8 more rounds to fight.
Yeah, well, he weathered it out. He blocked Hearns' punches, then threw a few more. Not like Hearns, where he leaves his hands down.
Hearns right now appears to have had the starch taken out of him a little bit.
See how Hearns' left hand comes all the way down when he throws that right?
And throwing lunging punches right now. Leonard is in close, where he has been most effective. Ray got in a little bit in round 3, and now is starting to get in on his man just a little bit more. Hearns trying to measure him and stay at arm's length. Ray going down for the
good left hook, good uppercut left hook.
Once more, Hearns backs up.
Hearns is hurt.
Against the ropes, and he is hurt.
Hearns is hurt.
Leonard again pacing himself now, has plenty of time in this round, just past the 1-minute mark.
I don't think Hearns is going to weather this off. I really don't. He's going to stay and keep those cobwebs until Leonard either finishes them off or is just going to lose the decision.
Hearns
I don't think it's going to go the distance. Those left hooks to the body right there are hurting.
And right now, Thomas Hearns is an open book to Ray Leonard. Backs up against the ropes.
And his legs almost buckled on him. He almost didn't get his back.
Leonard giving a lot of pounding to Thomas Hearns, who unquestionably is hurt.
Hearns' right hand is down. That's where he's getting hit by that left hook. Even on the inside. See, on the inside, his right hand is down.
We have to remember Tommy Hearns has never been in this position in his life, amateur or pro. He doesn't know really how to respond. He's going on instinct rather than on memory.
Leonard doesn't have to worry too much about Hearns' strength because he's giving a lot away. That body punch hurt.
Just about doubled up Thomas Hearns. Leonard having things all his own way now.
Hearns is really covering up on those body punches.
Trying to hold on as best he can, but Leonard is scoring just about at will, not missing any punches. Very important. Left hand sends Hearns back to the ropes again, and it wasn't a particularly good left hand. Hearns just leaning on him. Leonard trying to find the one punch.
Good body shot by Hearns.
Another good right hand right there. Scores and sends Hearns into a neutral corner.
That's because his hands are down. He can't get them up in that corner. You got to have them up.
Thomas Hearns looking every part to beat the fighter now. Another right hand drives him back into the ring post. 5 seconds remaining now, round 7. Crowd is on its feet here in Vegas. We come to the end of the round.
Hearns is staggering away from the corner.
He's taken an awful lot of punishment in there. I don't know too many men in this division who could.
Hearns, the inside of his left eye is pretty red, too. It has a little bit of puffiness around it, but it's real red inside the left eye.
So Ray Leonard comes to round 8 now, having taken the measure of his man in the last 2 rounds. Right now, there seems little doubt as to the outcome of this fight.
Like I said, when somebody gets hit with a hard punch like that, it'll take 3, 4, 5 rounds out of a fighter. And he's been hit several times, so it's going to be hard for Hearns to come back.
And it is very hot here, too.
And now Tommy Hearns is doing the dancing.
That's very important, too.
Just trying to stay away.
But he's got to keep his hands up once in a while, and he keeps dropping. Both hands are down.
Ray just stalking this man right now, just looking for the right moment.
See that right hand, how low it is? Leonard has one of the best left hooks in the business. It's better than his right hand, which has knocked out his previous opponents.
A looping right hand lead.
A lot of people don't know that, but it's Leonard's best punch is his left hook.
Hearns continuing to backpedal, try to cut the ring off on Sugar Ray Leonard now, so a reverse tactic, as you mentioned, Randy.
Very good movement. Hit him with the left hook and pull him to the side and step around him. Very good tackle.
Thomas Hearns doing everything he can. He has distinguished himself tonight, too. He has just been up against a guy who has grown and grown and grown with every fight.
Looks like Hearns almost slipped there or something.
There's a looping right once more that sends Hearns back to the corner.
It wasn't very hard, but I think it did bother him a little bit. Hearns laughed it off. But like I said, every little bit hurt.
Hearns on his bicycle now, and Ray just walking after him, just waiting. Another right hand.
Like I said, his hands are down. Even when Leonard's going to throw, he doesn't bring him up. I think Leonard's trying to set him up for that left hook. Keep throwing the right hand, and then boom with the left hook.
It is a case of the hunter and the hunted right now.
Good movement by Hearns. When he learned what to throw the left hook, he pulled him to the side.
Another right hand lead by Ray Leonard.
Hearns looks like he was dripping a little bit of blood there.
There was the left hand, but it came up a little bit short. Once more, Ray just going after Hearns. He's up on his bicycle now. 20 seconds remain here in the 8th round. That one was a little bit low. Right hand again scores, but gets Hearns backing up. Corner trying to exhort Ray to come after Thomas Hearns.
Hearns has to get up those
There's
hands.
a left hand, and that once more wobbles the legs of Thomas Hearns. Come to the end of round 8.
And he didn't quite know how to cope with that before, and he started to look for one big punch.
So once more, let's see if Sugar Ray Leonard heeds the advice of Angelo Dundee, the guru of many champions.
A lot can be determined on that everybody's emphasized on Hearns' one-punch knockout. And Leonard keeps saying, I have a good punch. Sugar Ray Leonard may be trying to prove that he has that one-punch knockout.
And the only other time Ray tried to prove anything was, of course, in the first Roberto Duran fight, which he lost. That's what Angelo was saying in the
The
corner.
only difference
about
is
your business.
he's thinking here. Leonard is definitely thinking in this fight. And this is a thinking man's game.
Hearns does seem to have his legs back a little bit, but Ray continuing to stalk him. Actually, Hearns doing a lot of dancing here in the 9th round.
Leonard's eye is a little more puffier around the left eye. Right in the middle, it's a little, I'd say it's about 1/8 of an inch higher than it was a few rounds earlier.
Either man is cut. The mark under Ray's eye, the swelling, puffiness, the only mark on either man, really. Even though Thomas Hearns has absorbed more punishment than Ray Leonard.
Hearns is moving a lot better now. He's giving some feints, doing body movement, doing things a normal fighter would do under his full senses. But you still can't recuperate from those hard punches.
Ray continuing to stalk him. His left hand that might have been Hearns' best punch in a couple of rounds.
That was a very good left hook. He had his body in full control of that left hook.
So Thomas Hearns starting to come back just a little bit here against Ray Leonard. Whether it's a case of too little, too late remains to be seen.
Hearns, it looked like when he threw that jab, he looked away to his corner. If you're doing something like that, he's going to get hit.
And a little more snap in his punches, does Thomas Hearns.
He's trying to keep Leonard at the end of his punches and stay off the ropes. Leonard looking for that counter punch. Hearns has to keep up those hands. Sometime when Leonard comes in, he's got to put up those hands. He's got to block those punches or slip it.
That
was very obvious. It was very dumb by, I think Leonard's getting a little desperate right here, knowing that he wants to hurt him again. So he jumped in with that left hook.
Left hand that time by Thomas Hearns outside of the face of Ray Leonard.
It grazily slipped off the forearm of Leonard, though. But it has the snap and power behind it that it did in the earlier round.
This has been an effective round for Thomas Hearns so far.
So far, this round, I give to Hearns.
And to round 9, we go to Ray.
And we're seeing both sides of them.
Both sides of both men, as a matter of fact. Ray Leonard looked to me, just one man's observation, a little bit winded there in the corner between rounds.
Well, in between rounds, you want to get all the air you can because you can't get it out there in the ring. Like you know, the deeper you breathe, the more corpuscles you put into your blood, the white cells which give you the oxygen.
So there's still 6 rounds of boxing. Seems to be blinking that left eye just a little bit. Could be bothering him a touch. Hearns still has a lot of snap in his jab.
And Hearns is trying to wait for his opportunity now. Hearns is starting to get his cockiness back. He smiled at him after blocking those punches. Hearns is standing his ground there. He's coming after Leonard. Was standing his ground. That hook that was blocked by Sugar Ray Leonard.
Leonard again just continuing to kind of stalk, and Hearns continuing now to circle on Ray Leonard, which was Leonard's strategy in the early rounds.
Good movement by Hearns. Good, he withstood that hook and he moved out of it.
Hearns is looking very fluid, right hand, but it didn't really seem to hurt.
It stunned him a little bit, caught him on the edge of the chin. Grazed right over it. Like I said, after being hurt like he was before, that won't take as much to hurt him again. He You can tell, see, he's a little bit more on the defense now. He's moving back. He's staying against the ropes. He's trying to avoid Sugar Ray Leonard now. He's not standing his ground like he was right then.
Left hand right there by Ray Leonard. Back turns up again as the right hand comes up short on the shoulder. Come to the end of the... Has a mouse under his left eye, and in the corner, as Ray comes out winging with the right hand, they were putting ice on that eye of Thomas Hearns. Now that is something new.
When they come out,
before.
When they come out, it looked like Hearns was going to touch gloves, and Leonard went out to kill. It looks like Leonard's going to really go after him this round. I think he's going to try to put him away.
Both men with swelling under the eye now. Thomas Hearns just popped up in the last round. That was downstairs, and they brought the left hand of Thomas Hearns down.
A punch like that usually hurts the punch. The punch, you know, usually hurts the fighter that's throwing the punch because it catches the elbow. It looked like that Leonard caught the outside of the elbow, which hurts the fighter.
Ray trying to force things a little bit now, seemingly trying to get inside on Thomas Hearns, at least get close range.
Hearns hasn't thrown much of that right hand either. Good jab by Hearns. Nice right hand.
Right there. Hearns is off his bicycle a little bit now.
He's going after him. I thought that Leonard was going to go after him. Leonard is waiting though. He's waiting for that shot. He's quick enough to take it. And with Hearns' hands the way they are, his right hand down and his left hand down, see, they're both down. He can hit him with the left hook or right hand if he's there.
And Leonard in the corner gets out of there.
That was a hard left hook that caught Leonard on the gloves. Hearns has his power back as long as he didn't hit. Leonard's laying back a little bit. He looks like he's waiting for that one punch to hurt him and then follow up.
Right hand again on the side of the head of Ray Leonard. And a left hand to the body.
That first right hand wasn't very hard. The second one he loaded up on and missed.
And once more, Thomas Hearns with a combination to the face of Ray Leonard.
Well, Leonard's hands is up and he's blocking the punches. That's the important factor. That's the difference in the two fighters. Hearns' hands is down, Leonard's hands is up.
Leonard did not take a backward step from any of those punches. And a left hand snaps the head of Hearns back. That caught Hearns right on the mouse under the left eye. And Leonard taking two good shots. Comes right back with a left hand of his own. But Ray Leonard definitely flinched. Did not still take a backward step.
Nope. Leonard has definitely proven again that he can still take a good punch. That mouth of Leonard under that left eye is a little bigger.
It definitely is, and it could be starting to affect his peripheral vision now. Is on the...
Well, not much. He still has his vision, but you can see it. You know, just a little lump in front of your eye. He still has his eyesight, but it does hinder the vision. It's swelling at the top and bottom.
His peripheral...
So, and that's important. That's one thing that Hearns doesn't do.
Well, it definitely is a rather serious swelling on the left eye of Ray Leonard now. Thomas Hearns also has a mouse under his left eye and is not as serious. Larry, you've been scoring the fight, and you really do have Hearns getting back in it the last 3 rounds.
I do, but Leonard won 2 big rounds that I scored 10-8 for him. You have to remember this is a 10-point must system. It's not a round-by-round system.
Hearns continuing to press the action, going to the body of Ray Leonard now, and doing so very effectively. Leonard is starting to back up a little bit.
Leonard, he's still waiting for that shot. See, he's not afraid of Hearns anymore. He's waiting for that shot, and he's going to try to counterpunch.
But the same might be said for Thomas Hearns.
See, there's that left hook. He's waiting for that left hook. That's his best punch.
In the meantime, he's taking a little bit of punishment, though, while waiting for it.
That eye is definitely getting worse with Leonard's. You can almost see it puffing in front of your eyes.
It definitely is, and he's taking some shots right on it, too, from Thomas Hearns. And Hearns is he's finding that eye with some consistency now. There's a right hand, two right hands.
Hearns still smiled it off, but it was still a solid punch. I can hear Angelo Dundee saying side to side, go back up on the ropes, go side to side. He doesn't want Leonard in a stationary target right in front of him. He wants moving side to side and picking his shots.
Right now we have a very even fight here in Las Vegas. That jab snaps the head of Ray Leonard back and lands right on that puffy left eye.
Good jab by Leonard, very effective.
Hearns just working on that eye of Leonard now. Hearns to just stick him with the left hand.
Hearns has to keep those hands up and keep getting hit with those jabs and stuff. When he's there, Leonard's going to hit him.
Hearns is consistently finding the eye of Ray Leonard, and it is getting consistently worse.
Leonard trying to take an opening, but Hearns saw a little bit too quick and moved out of the way. A lot of people would say that Leonard was swinging wild, but it's not a good right hand that Hearns threw. Excellent right hand.
Well, the eye of Ray Leonard is getting to the point now that it could become very much of a factor in this fight. Also a little puffiness under the other eye of Ray Leonard now, too. Let's go to his corner.
Shut me off.
Only got 9 minutes.
That's one thing bad that you shouldn't tell the fighter that you're blowing it. You better do something. It makes the fighter worry too much.
Well, they know each other, and presumably they can send signals to each other, and he's got to wake Ray Leonard up.
It still takes something out of the fighter when you tell him that they're doing bad.
Come on, Ray. You got to be quicker. You got to take it away from him, okay?
You get a good look right there at the left eye of Ray Leonard, and you heard everything that Angelo Dundee had to say, and that is the story of this fight right now. You got to fire, he said. You're blowing it, kid. You're blowing it.
Hearns just looks like he's moving a lot more. He's doing a lot of body fakes, a lot of arm movement.
So Leonard, Dundee exhorting Leonard to punch.
Leonard looks like he's a little bit tired. That's why he's not throwing as hard. That's why maybe those other punches didn't bother Hearns as much, because he couldn't fire as hard.
You also heard Dundee say he got 9 minutes. He got 9 minutes. That
was a push. That was definitely a push. Definitely a push.
And it really is interesting how the respect between the two fighters has grown from round one to here.
Usually in a good fight, it usually does. The fighters, even before the fight, they respect each other. It all comes out in the fight. They just want to try to prove something in the early rounds. Like I said, when it comes down to pure heart, mental thinking, it's all between them, and they know it.
This, of course, is the 13th round, Randy. The furthest he has ever gone, Thomas Hearns, is the 12 rounds he went with you.
But Hearns is very fresh. He's trained very hard for this fight. He can still come on very strong. He looks a little stronger than Leonard, but his chin I don't think is as strong. But then Leonard being a little tired, that takes a little bit from the punch. So it could even out.
That pretty much is the story of just how even this fight is right now. It looked as though it was going to be all over for Thomas Hearns.
Good right hand by Leonard. That hurt Hearns. Hearns has to tie him up or something.
Now is going for the whole boat. Hitting him with combinations. Leonard is giving everything he's got. Hearns starts down but grabs and now goes down through the ropes. Leonard heads to the corner.
Hearns says he's not hurt. He was grabbing onto the ropes. But Hearns is shaking his head coming up.
Hurt. He does
the referee said that it wasn't a knockdown. But Hearns is hurt.
His head saying, I'm hurt. See what Ray Leonard has left. This is very important for Thomas Hearns to hold on, which he's trying to do. Under a minute left. Leonard goes after him again.
Leonard right there was hitting on the brake. Leonard has a bad habit of hitting on the brake. Hearns looks like he weathered through a little bit, was standing there punching with him.
Leonard comes after him again. This is a wild right hand. Hearns on his bicycle once more. A left hand slips by the cheek.
Hearns' power is left hand. He's throwing those sluggish punches.
There's a left hand that loops in, does not really score big, and a right hand does score.
He's got to keep his hands up.
Comes right in. Hearns leaning on him, definitely in trouble. Ray trying to put his man away.
There's Leonard punching after when the referee's breaking him. Leonard's getting tired though.
Another right hand by Leonard. down between the ropes again, 6-1 knee. Leonard is sent to the neutral corner. Time has run out in the round here. And Hearns is on his feet. Outstanding round.
It was a sign of a thoroughbred. He was confused. He was letting it slip by. His eye was closing. And he went out there and he did the job. Let's take a look at what happened here. This is an accumulation of blows. Hearns is whopped.
To put in the flurries.
And Leonard just goes, Hearns went down from just a simple accumulation of hurt.
So we come to the 14th round as you look at the other combination of punches that put Thomas Hearns down between the ropes. Hearns is on his feet. He does not seem very rubber-legged. Leonard rushes out to meet him. A right hand to the body sends Hearns immediately into the ropes.
Hearns is still very, very sapped from those punches. It'll take more than just a minute rest to recuperate him.
Leonard wants to put his man away right here. Does not want this fight to go to a decision. Hearns on his bicycle. Leonard stalking him. Hearns scores with a couple of punches. Leonard shakes his head. Here Ray's corner telling him where they wanted to hit. To the stomach. Tries to go downstairs. Can't quite do it. Hearns again touches him. Heard the referee tell him, get your hands off it.
Hearns should be looking at the referee when he's giving him instructions because Leonard will hit him.
Hearns is one punch away from going down. Still on his bicycle. Still a little bit wobbly leg. Ray looks like he did get a surge of adrenaline from that last round. It seems pretty strong right now.
Leonard has that momentum going for him.
Right hand to the left hand, right hand to the body. By Ray Leonard. Leonard continuing to stalk his man. 2 minutes remaining. A right hand and that hits Thomas Hearns, sends him reeling. Hearns is not down yet. A left hand as Ray thought his man was going to go and he didn't, and Hearns is still on his feet. Ray taunts him now. Hearns tries to get out of the corner. Cannot do it yet. Now is at long range. A left hand, 2 left hands against the rope. Hearns is reeling.
Leonard is still tired. Hearns got a lot of guts. At least Hearns' hands are up. Hearns is very weak, though. He's
Leonard
really weak. He's hurt.
Trying to go downstairs his way, Leonard. Hearns just trying to hang on here. Left hand sends Hearns back against the ropes again. And that's all. It's over. And Ray Leonard is the undisputed welterweight champion of the world against a very game Thomas Hearns. You cannot say enough about both of these fighters, Randy.
That's right. Both fighters were in there all the way. Hearns, as bad as he was hurt, was in there all the way. Hearns kind of gave him like a look, like what the heck you stopping him for? But it was why he stopped. That's where a fighter gets hurt, when he takes the beating. Not the one punch, but the 5, 6, 7 punches after you're hurt.